Hey movie enthusiasts! Get ready for an epic cinematic journey as we dive into the most anticipated films of 2024. From action-packed franchises to animated delights and everything in between, this year is shaping up to be a blockbuster extravaganza. Mean Girls. Kicking off the year, Tina Fey brings us a fresh take on the classic Mean Girls. Angourie Rice and Renee Rapp headline this adaptation of the stage musical, promising a new spin on high school drama. Argylle. Matthew Vaughn returns with a cheeky spy comedy featuring Bryce Dallas Howard and Sam Rockwell. A novelist's espionage plots draw attention from an underground crime syndicate, setting the stage for a thrilling adventure. Madam Web. Dakota Johnson steps into the clairvoyant role of Madam Web in Sony's Spider-Man universe. With a stellar cast, including Sydney Sweeney and Adam Scott, this promises to be a unique addition to the Spideyverse. Dune. Part 2. Denis Villeneuve continues the epic saga with Part 2 of Dune, featuring an all-star cast including Florence Pugh and Christopher Walken. Brace yourselves for a visually stunning journey into Frank Herbert's sci-fi masterpiece. Imaginary. Blumhouse delivers the chills with Imaginary, starring DeWanda Wise. A return to a childhood home takes a terrifying turn when a stuffed bear compels dangerous games. Horror enthusiasts, this one's for you. Kung Fu Panda 4. DreamWorks Animation brings back the beloved Kung Fu Panda series with Mike Mitchell directing. Po faces off against a formidable foe in a tale filled with humor, heart, and jaw-dropping martial arts sequences. Arthur the King. Mark Wahlberg leads an inspiring true story about adventure racing in the Dominican Republic. A tale of friendship between a man and a stray dog, this promises thrills and heartwarming moments. Ghostbusters. Frozen Empire. The Ghostbusters return in a sequel directed by Gil Kenan, featuring a star-studded cast. New York is once again the supernatural battleground, with Carrie Coon, Finn Wolfhard, and Paul Rudd leading the charge. Godzilla x Kong. The New Empire. The colossal showdown continues as Godzilla and Kong face a new threat. With Dan Stevens at the helm, this MonsterVerse sequel promises epic battles and unexpected alliances. Civil War. Alex Garland brings us a provocative tale set in a near-future America on the brink of civil war. A race to the White House unfolds, promising intense political drama and societal commentary. Abigail. From the directors of Ready or Not and Scream comes Abigail, featuring Melissa Barrera and Dan Stevens. A night of criminal babysitting takes a vampiric twist, adding a thrilling spin to the horror genre. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Guy Ritchie reunites with Henry Cavill for a spy action flick inspired by true events. Set in World War II, this promises action, intrigue, and Ritchie's signature snark. Challengers. Luca Guadagnino directs Challengers, a film exploring the complex relationships in the world of tennis. Zendaya, Mike Feist, and Josh O'Connor lead a talented cast in this gripping sports drama. The Fall Guy. Action director David Leitch takes on the adaptation of an 80s TV show about a stuntman turned bounty hunter. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt promise high-octane thrills in this adrenaline-fueled adventure. Back to Black. Sam Taylor Johnson directs the biopic of jazz singer Amy Winehouse. Marissa Abela takes on the role of the troubled singer, leading us through her rise to fame and the making of the iconic album, Back to Black. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Wes Ball helms the fourth film in the Planet of the Apes series. Set years after War for the Planet of the Apes, this promises a continuation of the epic ape saga. If. John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds team up for a fantasy comedy about a girl with the ability to see abandoned imaginary friends. With a star-studded voice cast, including Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Matt Damon, get ready for a whimsical adventure. Furiosa. A Mad Max saga. Anya Taylor-Joy takes on the role of Imperator Furiosa in this Mad Max prequel. Directed by George Miller, this promises to be a visually stunning and action-packed addition to the Mad Max universe. The Garfield Movie. Chris Pratt voices the lasagna-loving cat, Garfield, in this animated adaptation. With Samuel L. Jackson joining as Garfield's father, get ready for a perfectly entertaining family film. Ballerina. Ana de Armas stars in the first spin-off film of the John Wick universe. Set between John Wick Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, this revenge tale promises more of the stylish action that fans love. Bad Boys 4. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence reunite for another explosive adventure as detectives Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett. Get ready for more high-octane action and hilarious banter. Inside Out. Pixar takes us back inside the mind, but this time, it's a teenager's head. As Riley navigates college life, new emotions come into play, promising a heartwarming and relatable sequel. The Bike Riders. Lee Isaac Chung directs this blockbuster about a motorcycle club's rise in a story inspired by true events. With a stellar cast, including Daisy Edgar Jones and Glenn Powell, this promises gripping drama and action. A Quiet Place. Day 1. Michael Sarnowski directs the third installment in the A Quiet Place series, exploring the first days of the alien attack. Djimon Hounsou returns, promising a chilling prequel to the suspenseful franchise. Despicable Me 4. Gru and the Minions are back in this anticipated installment of the Despicable Me series. While details are scarce, expect more mischief and laughter from your favorite animated crew. Twisters. Lee Isaac Chung shifts from indie drama to summer blockbuster with Twisters, a new chapter in the disaster movie genre. Starring Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell, and Anthony Ramos, this promises thrilling weather-related chaos. Deadpool 3. Ryan Reynolds returns as the Merc with a mouth in the first Deadpool movie since the Disney-Fox merger. With R-rated humor and the potential return of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, this one's a must-watch for Marvel fans. Borderlands. Eli Roth directs this space adventure based on the popular video game series. With Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black, this promises a wild intergalactic ride filled with action and humor. Speak No Evil. James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis star in this psychological thriller remake. Directed by James Watkins, this promises a disturbing exploration of dark undertones behind seemingly hospitable hosts. Untitled Alien Movie. Fede Alvarez brings us a terrifying encounter with the most terrifying life form in the universe. A group of young people on a distant world faces a confrontation that will keep audiences on the edge of their seats. Kraven the Hunter. J.C. Chander directs the long-awaited film featuring classic Spidey villain Kraven. Aaron Taylor Johnson takes on the role in this action-packed addition to the Spider-Man universe. Beetlejuice 2. Tim Burton and Michael Keaton return to the iconic characters in this sequel to Beetlejuice. Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara reprise their roles, joined by Jenna Ortega in this supernatural comedy. Transformers 1. The Transformers franchise goes back to its roots with an animated prequel. Directed by Josh Cooley, this promises to explore the origins of Cybertron and the rivalry between Optimus Prime and Megatron. Details are sparse, fans can expect another round of suspense and horror. Joker. Folie et Deux. Todd Phillips directs this musical follow-up to the R-rated Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix and introducing Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Get ready for a unique blend of psychological drama and musical brilliance. Terrifier 3. David Howard Thornton returns as Art the Clown in the third installment of the cult horror franchise, set on Christmas Eve. With a larger budget, fans can anticipate upgraded scares and production value. Wolf Man. Lee Whannell directs this classic monster reboot following the success of The Invisible Man. Starring Julia Garner and Christopher Abbott, it's sure to bring a fresh and thrilling perspective to the timeless tale. Venom 3. Tom Hardy reprises his role in the third installment of the Spider-Man-adjacent antihero franchise. Directed by Kelly Marcel, this promises more symbiote action and surprises. Gladiator 2. Ridley Scott returns to direct the sequel to the historical epic Gladiator. With Paul Mescal as the grown-up Lucius, now Emperor, and the return of Connie Nielsen, this promises epic battles and political intrigue. Wicked Part 1. John M. Chu directs the two-part film adaptation of the legendary Broadway musical Wicked. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande star as Elphaba and Glinda, offering a fresh take on the Wizard of Oz universe. The Karate Kid. Sony revisits the iconic 80s martial arts franchise with a new installment. Starring Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, it brings back familiar faces and promises a nostalgic return to the dojo. The Lord of the Rings. The War of the Rohirrim. Warner Brothers presents an animated prequel set in the Lord of the Rings universe, exploring the legendary King Helm Hammerhand and the rise of Rohan. Brian Cox lends his voice to the central character, with Miranda Otto reprising her role. Mufasa. The Lion King. The Lion King gets a prequel exploring Mufasa's backstory. Aaron Pierre takes on the role of a younger Mufasa, with Kelvin Harrison Jr. as Scar. James Earl Jones won't voice Mufasa, offering a new perspective on the beloved characters. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The Sonic franchise speeds ahead with a third installment. Expect more adventures with Ben Schwartz as Sonic, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails, and Idris Elba as Knuckles. New challenges await with the introduction of Shadow the Hedgehog. Nosferatu. Robert Eggers directs this remake of the classic 1922 vampire film. Lily Rose Depp stars as a young woman entangled with Bill Skarsgård's vampire in a haunting tale that promises to captivate audiences. These releases offer a diverse and exciting lineup, ensuring a thrilling cinematic experience throughout the year. Mark your calendars for the movies that pique your interest and get ready for a year full of entertainment.